First of all, we will do what is decentralization. Whenever the power is taken away from the central and state governments and given to the local governments, it is called decentralization. Why is decentralization needed for a country like India, or why do we need local self governments? This is the same question. Decentralization is required in India because it is not enough to have two tiers of governments as we have in Europe or as we have in USA. The reason is that India is a very vast country. Some states in India are even larger than some European countries, either in size or in population. For example, UP is bigger than Russia in population, and Maharashtra is even about as big as Germany, which is a country. So we need another level of government. Two are not enough. Many of these states are also internally very diverse. People speak different languages. They believe in different. They have different gods and goddesses. They follow different religions, and they belong to different castes. So the main rationale behind it, जो main उसकी जो reason है हमें decentralization चाहिए वो ये है कि इंडिया बहुत डाइवर्स है, दो लेवल से काम नहीं चलेगा, तो हमें डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन के फॉर्म में थर्ड लेवल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट या थर्ड टायर ऑफ गवर्नमेंट की ज़रूरत थी. सो वी अडॉप्टेड द लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट्स इन इंडिया. There were local self-governments in India even before 1992. From the beginning only, in the constitution only, the need for local self-government had been taken care of, and the third tier of government was provided for the Indians at the level of the towns and cities in the form of municipalities and municipal corporations, and in the form of panchayats in the villages. So, but the only thing was that these panchayats or the municipal corporation, municipal committees were under the state governments. The state governments were not ready to transfer power or share power with the local self-governments. Elections were not held to the local bodies. The local governments did not have resources and powers of their own, and the process of decentralization was not effective till 1992. 1992 में अमेंडमेंट हुई, 73rd and 74th amendment. 73rd amendment is for the rural areas, panchayati raj. 74th amendment is for the urban areas, municipalities and municipal corporations. As a result of these amendments, एक सबसे पहला काम जो हुआ है वो ये है कि seats have been reserved for SC, STs and even OBCs and women also. और कई जगह पे तो जो पंच हैं और सरपंच हैं वो वुमेन भी हैं. हम कहेंगे अगर कि विलेजेस बहुत ज़्यादा बैकवर्ड होते हैं या वहाँ पे लोगों को उनके राइट्स से मिलते, दे नॉट अवेयर ऑफ देयर राइट्स, बट विलेजेस में भी पंच और सरपंच, चाहे वो लेडी सर पे पल्ला रख के आ रही हूँ, चाहे वो बुर्का पहन के आ रही हूँ, बट दे आर द हेड्स ऑफ द पंचायत, द पंच और सरपंच देयर. 1/3 ऑफ सीट्स आर रिजर्व फॉर women. उसके बाद इलेक्शन कमीशन हैज़ बीन सेटअप टू होल्ड द इलेक्शंस टू दी लोकल बॉडीज. पंचायत है, बहुत रिमोट एरिया में भी है, फिर भी उसके इलेक्शंस हो रहे हैं. नोबडी इज बीइंग फोर्स्ड ऑन देयर हेड्स, दे आर इलेक्टिंग देयर ओन रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स. एंड नाउ इवन द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स आर शेयरिंग देयर पावर विद द लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट्स, बट द नेचर इज़ वेरिंग. कितनी वो पावर शेयर कर रहे हैं, कितने अपने रिसोर्सेज शेयर कर रहे हैं, वो स्टेट टू स्टेट डिपेंड कर रहा है, डिफर कर रहा है, लेकिन वो अपनी पावर को अब शेयर कर रहे हैं. Now the system of local self governments in the rural areas is called पंचायती राज. It's a 3-tier system, 3 लेवल का सिस्टम है. सबसे नीचे विलेज पंचायत होती हैं. विलेज पंचायत के 2 पार्ट हैं, ग्राम पंचायत और ग्राम सभा. विलेज पंचायत एंड ग्राम सभा. पूरे एरिया में, पूरे विलेज के जो जितने भी विलेजेस होते हैं जो 18 years एंड अबाव हैं, दे आर ऑल मेंबर्स ऑफ द ग्राम सभा, and the members of the Gram Sabha, they elect the members of the Gram Panchayat. ग्राम सभा बड़ी है, जितने भी एलिजिबल वोटर्स हैं उस एरिया के वो ग्राम सभा के मेंबर्स हैं, लेकिन ग्राम सभा के मेंबर्स जिनको इलेक्ट करते हैं 5 हैं, 7 हैं, 15 हैं, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द साइज ऑफ द विलेज पंचायत, वो उन इलेक्टेड मेंबर्स को हम ग्राम पंचायत का नाम देते हैं. द मेंबर्स ऑफ द ग्राम पंचायत आर कॉल्ड पंच, जिनको लोग इलेक्ट करते हैं. हेड इज कॉल्ड द सरपंच. और पूरे विलेज का जो डिसीजंस है वो ग्राम पंचायत लेती है. एंड बट one important thing is that the people in the villages are supervising the work of the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayats are responsible to the Gram Sabha. They are accountable to them. Twice or thrice a year, the Gram Sabha meets, and Gram Sabha also looks into the working of the Gram Panchayat. The budget of the Gram Panchayat has to be passed by the members, by the Gram Sabha. Then the next level is the Panchayat Samiti, Khand Samiti, or the Block Samiti. A number of village panchayats makes one block, and at the all the members of the block or the mandal samiti are the members are elected by the panchayat members of that area. Then a number of blocks makes one district, that is called the Zilla Parishad. Members of the Lok Sabha, MLAs of that region, and some other important officials of the other district level bodies are also its members, and the Zilla Parishad chairman is the political head of the Zilla Parishad. So if you take it from either the lowest level to the highest level or the highest to the lowest level, it is like a number of villages makes one block, a number of blocks makes one Zilla Parishad or one district. Just as we have the local bodies in the rural areas in the form of Panchayati Raj, we also have local bodies in the urban areas. They're called municipal corporation and municipal committees. Municipal corporations or municipal committees का more or less same function होता है, but the only difference is that very big cities and towns have municipal corporations and smaller cities and towns have municipal committees. You must have noticed MCD signboards at different places. फायर ब्रिगेड के बाहर MCD है, जो हमारी गार्बेज उठाने वाली वैन आती है वो MCD की होती है. देन आउटसाइड द वेटनरी हॉस्पिटल्स MCD का लिखा होता है, MCD के स्कूल्स हैं, MCD के हॉस्पिटल्स हैं. So all these are being taken care of the municipal corporations, and the municipal corporations are set up for very big cities and towns, and the municipalities for smaller cities and towns. But they are both controlled by the elected bodies consisting of the people's representatives. Mayor is the head of the municipal corporation. Since Delhi is a very big city, so Delhi now has 3 zones. Delhi has been divided into 3 zones where each zone has a mayor. This is an important question. The new system of local government adopted in India, especially after 1992, is the largest and an innovative experiment in democracy conducted anywhere in the world. Explain. Innovative means new. I've already told you that China is the most populated country in the world, but it is not the largest democracy because China is not a democratic country. India is a democratic country, and since India is the second most populated country in the world, but it's the largest democracy, the experiment of local self-government that has been conducted in India has been successful because at present there are about 36 lakh representatives in the panchayats and municipalities all over the country. That means our elected representatives in the local bodies are around 36 lakhs, which is even more than the population of some countries of the world. Constitutional status for the local government, that means amendments made after 1992 have made local self-governments more effective and it has deepened democracy. अब democracy नीचे तक चली गई है. जिस जो पंचायत का लेवल है वहाँ तक हमारी कंट्री में इलेक्शंस हो रहे हैं, so it is democratic now. It has also increased women's participation, representation and voice in our democracy. Large number of women are also coming up and they are being elected as panch, sarpanch and heads of the local bodies. लेकिन advantages होने के साथ साथ drawbacks भी हैं. We are still a long way from realizing the goal of local self-government, ideal of local self-government or self-government. There are many drawbacks in the functioning of the system. Now, elections are held regularly to fill up the post of Gram Panchayats, but Gram Sabhas are not held regularly. The Gram Sabhas are supposed to meet twice or 3 times a year to look into the working of the Gram Panchayats, but that is not being done. Most state governments have not yet transferred powers to the local governments, and the state governments are also not giving enough resources to the local governments. So we still have a long way to go to achieve the goal of local self-government.